ladies and gentlemen, we're going to work on how to get a huge sound out of your saxophone. Now, there are some tricks that we do, some of which you may already know. Let's go over those real quick. So the first thing that people do all the time, and you may hear it and go, man, what is that? Is we use a special fingering for high F. Normally when we play our palm F, it can come out kind of weak and thin. So we can switch to the front F, but then we'll add 4, 5, and 6. So you get a really nice sound. Let's hear the regular way to play it first. It's kind of thin, then the front F. Then the front F with the cover. Very often you'll hear somebody do something like this. It really gives us that huge big pop on that note. We can do the same thing on our high A. You hear people do this all the time. Here's A. And then you'll see people do this. We can use our embouchure to actually match the pitch to make sure that one isn't catastrophically sharper than the other one. Let me adjust my embouchure on the covered A to try and match it, so that way if I'm playing a line and I really want to get loud, bring that extra volume, fill up that space, get what we call a huge sound. Let's do that. Let me show you what I have in my stores, ladies and gentlemen. So we got right here this GapCap that you can pick up. I'll put links in the description box for all of this. I recently picked up this thing. I'm going to show you this in the video. What it looks like when I hit the blue screen with this, it has a very, very cool effect. I got the saxophone key risers also. I got this care pocket that you can pick up. I have my own from the Sirvalorsax Teespring, my own mug here. I have a few other mugs and some t-shirts. This thing is very cool. You can change the colors. Around the bell of my saxophone, I have this rubber gasket protector, stop you from dinging the bell against stuff. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this does oscillate with these colors. I want to show you some alternate fingerings when practicing your overtones that you can use on the gig to really get these notes to completely fill the room. I do not use large tip opening mouthpieces, and I generally don't even use mouthpieces that have a long facing curve. Usually a mouthpiece with a very wide or very open tip with a very long facing curve is going to be the most blastomatic thing that you're going to play. I generally prefer medium to short facing curves with a low tip opening mouthpiece, and I can still get a very huge sound, not just from practicing overtones, but understanding these cheat fingerings that I use. So let's look at low C and how we can play the high C overtone just by using a slightly alternate fingering. By the way, this works on alto sax also. If you're struggling to get that high C, just lift the D key. I call this 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you finger your low C and then you lift the D key. If you're hitting this on the gig, then you can definitely use the octave key. Usually when I'm practicing this, I don't use the octave key, but it is easier when you use the octave key. And you've probably heard that little multiphonic that's in there, and this is fantastic. Let's see what kind of overtones we can get from using that low C with the D finger lifted. I did there was just vent the E flat key. I kept that same exact fingering down. You can do some really cool stuff. In conjunction with that C, we can lift the E key and we can go back and forth between C and C sharp. So instead of getting something like thin, it's open, we can do if you really want to keep it weird, instead of lifting the 5 key, we can lift either the 1 or the 2. Let me try all 3 of those, and then you'll hear the difference between them. Yeah, your sound guy is going to have a lot of fun. He's like, why is this guy so loud all of a sudden? Okay. If you like this kind of content, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to support the channel, you can click like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Most importantly, you can share this with other people that you think would like this kind of content. Also, if you want to help support the channel,
you can buy me a piece of cake. I will put a link in the description below.
You guys are probably noticing this thing I have here. I frequently ding the bell against like microphones and stands and the phone setup. So this is a nice little cover that you can put on there. It doesn't cost a whole lot. I'll put a link in the description for all this stuff, but I'll get to some products later because I did pick up some very cool stuff. All right, let me take this off. Let me show you this shirt real quick. I picked up this mug on Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. This thing is super cool. It's got the music notes there and it's got the saxophone. I just think that is just the coolest thing. My hats that are available, I do have my Sirvalorsax shirts. Also this hat here, you can pick this up on Amazon. So for my Teespring stuff, ladies and gentlemen, I do have the Alto and the Tenor Altissimo books available as a digital purchase. Stay tuned. I am still working on my saxophone sound development book. I am basically going to put everything anyone has ever asked me about sound in this book, so that way you can have it all in one source. And unlike the Altissimo books for alto and tenor, those were shortened basically for publication reasons. If I go with a publishing company, then they need to be of a certain length. This book, I don't have any plans on doing that whatsoever. So however many pages it is how many pages it's going to be. I'm going to throw everything in there from mouthpieces, saxophone material, reed construction, table length, the whole bit, all of it. So thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for you. See ya!